Okay, Esmir, it's time to get rolling. Let's get things disassembled so we can start the process. Okay, lovely dial. Okay, let's go ahead and get your dial off and have a quick look underneath. Okay, it's very hard to discern any numbers, although I see a 0 over here. I don't know. That's definitely a 0. Well, that's okay. It's clearly an original dial. Okay, that's teardown basically complete. I'm going to take your die fix out under magnification, but we're going to jewel this arbor port, clean everything up, and then we're going to start getting things back together. All right, we will be back. We're back. Okay, Asmir, we are ready to start putting pieces together. Everything is out of the cleaner and looking really good. I've done all my pre-lubrication steps, and I want to point out your new lower mainspring arbor port jewel, and of course its corresponding upper mainspring arbor port jewel here. So that's been replaced. and upgraded. So we're ready to get going. Okay, let's get it started. Okay, time for the fun part. And there we go. Alright, let's see how we did. We'll put it on the time grapher and check our work. Okay, Asmir, well, we are looking pretty good. I mean, just got to get your rate down a little bit. I think we're going to be in good shape. Let's see how we do here. Let's see where that goes. Okay, a little bit too much. How's that? A little too much the other way. Not bad. Okay. All right, well, that just looks great. I think this is a good place to start. We're going to let this continue to break in. We're going to have to do some fine adjusting, of course, when we get it into the case, and it's going to move around a little bit as the lubrication finds its way through the movement. But overall, super clean signal. This was something that I was a little bit afraid of. The amplitude will come up. It's just that trace, I was a little afraid that it was going to be a bit messy, but I was able to get your hairspring sort of pushed around in the right way to make sure that that is clean. And clean is what we want. We want good signal. So this looks really good. Okay, I'm going to let it break in. I'm going to watch the amplitude here and see how it does. But I have a feeling it's going to be pretty good. All right, we'll come back. Okay, Asmir, we are back over on the calendar side. We're going to get the rest of the components installed, and then we'll be on to the next part, which is to get your dial and hands put on and get the watch finished. So things are running really well. I'm very happy with the performance. So it is time to move to the end. Well, that doesn't seem to be doing what it's supposed to do. Why is that? Nope, there we go. Okay, let's adjust. Okay, well, that was an issue of this plate, which I have replaced with a new one. So we're gonna watch this go over. Hopefully, we got everything functioning just as it should, so that's good. Okay, we're gonna move on to your dial in your hands, and we'll be back in the case. Okay, Osmir, we are here at the end. Let's go ahead and get the final pieces of the puzzle put together. These are your winding components. Okay. And there it is. There is your beautiful 6139 6030 5 Sports Speed Timer Proof from 1970. It is just absolutely stunning. What a beautiful watch. Okay, well, service went quite well. I was happy that there weren't any issues that cropped up. A couple little things here and there. I had to work on your hairspring just ever so much. You know, it's just a little bit to get it back true again. But now that it's there, everything's great. It's running extremely well. Yeah, this was a good watch. It took to service exceedingly well. I am happy with the cosmetics. I didn't touch anything really on the dial or the hands. Just cleaned and put back together. Got you a new crystal, or your new crystal installed. There's the turnover of midnight. So your new crystal's in. And there's the chronograph running along just fine. Just to show what we did replace. So there's your crystal that we took out. You had a very bent finger here that is part of the advancement of the day. Without that being flat and really in good shape, it just was too much of a variable. I wasn't comfortable with just sitting it back in the watch with a little bit of a tweak to make it right. They're so cheap, and I have so many of them. It just made sense to replace it, and they're all exactly the same. So there's no loss of character or function. There's your bushing from your upper mainspring arbor port jewel, or mainspring arbor port. This is the port itself. I'll replace that with a jewel. Your old seals and things are in here. They'll come back to you. But all new seals everywhere, correct Seiko seals. So that's peace of mind. Of course, let's get that back in the bowl. Back in here. There we go. Okay. Well, that's the story. The watch is great. It looks fantastic. It's just, you know, this is one that I don't have in my collection that I would really love to have. They're just so cool. This is so original and so nice. Your inner bezel turns just great. I got your case back cleaned up. It was a little dull. I didn't polish it, I just cleaned it, which brought back some of the sheen. So that looks really good. No polishing, of course, on the case. But just a good cleaning. Just while we're here, I want to also mention that your other speed timer is ready to come home as well. I also just went through and took the case apart, cleaned everything up, put your new crystal in. It's all ready to go. Still, you know, I didn't service this one, but certainly got it nice and clean and ready. So you have two beautiful watches. I'll install your bracelets, which I'm also cleaning at the moment. I'll install those back in, and they'll be ready to come home fully prepared to be worn. So Asmir, thank you so much again. It's such a great pleasure to work on these for you and to give you two beautiful watches to enjoy. All right, well, thanks again, and thanks for watching.